can't really say that there's a standard size when it comes to the screens.
Well, I would say the standard is about, like this is a 34 and a quarter. It's made for a 34-inch wide window. You know, the actual screen is 34 and a quarter. So I made every one of them in 34 and a quarter. And I'm gonna fit that quarter to every window. You know, I gave myself a little bit of room to, you know, to cut it and make sure everything was right. Does that make sense? I don't know if it answers your question or not, you know?
Yeah,
Well, basically, so no.
What's that?
Well, yeah, there's a standard size, but you still have to fit into each window. Just like a sash.
Yeah, it's like you know, you go to the home store, you get a standard size door, right? It's not going to fit in your old opening. You have to fit it every size. So the size is standard, but your opening has been modified or played with or changed over time, and you have to adapt to what's actual. You know, it wouldn't be correct to say that, you know, 34 and a quarter inches wide, I can make it at the shop and it's going to fit this opening perfect. I get close by making it what it's supposed to be, or a little bit strong. You know, by a little bit strong, maybe a little bit bigger, and then I adapt to my actuals. You know what I'm saying? What I actually find. Because it's supposed, I mean, yeah, it's supposed to be, you know, 34 and a quarter, or 34 or whatever. Supposed to be and is two different things. You know what I'm saying?
So would you say that's because it's handcrafted or because of the wood swelling?
I would say that both of those come into play. You know what I'm saying? Because I would even add a third thing. The house has shifted, right? So maybe this side of the house has come down, you know, or done something like this. You know, it's no longer square. You know, so what do you do with that? I don't know. You have to adapt, and you have to fit what we made, to the actuals, what's actually here. You know what I'm saying? Because theoretically, it's supposed to be square. Theoretically, it's supposed to be exactly 34, but it did expand and contract with nature, right? People, imperfect people, put it all together. You know, so this might be, it might be 34 and a quarter. It might be 34 and an eighth. What do you mean? But remember how I put the lock on over there? I put the lock on. What did I do? I said, put it in the center. Or I didn't take my tape and then measure it both sides because I can see it's in the middle. But what if it's off a little bit of 16th? You know, something nobody would notice one way or the other. You know what I'm saying? A lot of times that's what happens with this. Like here, for example, here's something. The space between this corner of the window and this corner of the trim, from here to there, that's supposed to measure out at a 1/2 inch. I can see that's bigger than a 1/2 inch. That might be 5/8. I think that's where we put it. Right? Okay. I mean, it's even all the way up. That's good. Right? Okay. But, you know, us not being robots, you know, we put it where it looked like it should go. I mean, we could, you know, and we have to take into consideration, I don't know, maybe this piece of wood has gone like this over time, you know, or it's got a bow in it or a twist or something like that, you know, and you have to adapt because, you know, we're not machines, and we have to, you know, I wouldn't say like you wouldn't like throw your level away or your plumb bob or your ruler or anything like that, but you know, you learn to trust yourself in, you know, assembling all this kind of stuff, you know, and those ways of doing things. Like, for example, the other day, like when we found that windowsill on the other side that was crafted with the hatchet, right? You know, he crafted it with the hatchet. You think that's going to be like dead nuts machined to like the exact 16th or 32nd? No, it's not. You're done with the daggum hatchet. You know what I'm saying? But it looked right. You know, and it looked right. Did anybody complain for 100 years? No. You know, because the look is correct. It all blended in. There's that word blending, right? You gotta blend it all in. So that's what's happening here. You know, we're blending our new screens in with this old window. And so what that means is, okay, that's the way you do it. That's all that to say, that's what we're doing. We're blending this perfect new screen frame in with an old, handmade, imperfect window, right? That's what's perfect about it, I think. You know, so that's what's happening. That's pretty deep, man. You didn't know you were getting all that. You gotta be careful when you ask me a question.
Yes, sir.
You know,
It's gonna get to you.
you never know what kind of answer you're gonna get. You know, that was a good question. I'm glad you asked it. You know, because you know I need. You know, see that's perfect right there. See that?